the things you do, why? Is it because you actually feel like it lights you up and that's why you want to master it? Or are you just mastering this one way of life because you think that's what you've chosen and you can't go back now? You can always go back. You can always switch it up. And there might be this part of you that actually does desire this change, and you're not afraid of it, and you do want to lean into it. But you also have this part of you that's like, I can't. I've tried to change, but I always go back to my ways. I've tried to fix my relationship habits, but I always go back to the same ways. Or I've tried to change my lifestyle or to see the world in a happier way. I've tried this joy thing out, but I always find the pessimism within things. I don't know what it is, but there's something in me that can't change. But let's talk about why that is, because you can change. I just want to remind you that you are vibrational in nature, as we talk about all the time. But when you look at it in this sense of I'm vibration is always moving. I am part of this like ocean of flow, right? So I have this ability to change. I'm not fixed. As much as you might think you are, we are more energy than we are matter. We have more space between all of the atoms within us than we are of the atoms. Like, we are made up of more space, and we actually are so malleable. And really, it's all quite simple. All that's happening is you're focused somewhere. You're focused somewhere. You're focused on a version of a reality, and you've given it your attention, and you've created momentum. That's it. Here's your reminder that we live in this energetic world of infinite possibilities, right? Infinite possibilities. And all that's happening is you've chosen one, you've looked at it, you focused there, and you found it. You found it, and then you gained momentum around it, and you found more about it. You found more details, you found more reasons why, and you kept focusing and finding more, and you just gained momentum. And there's so much momentum around these thoughts, around this one reality, this one lifestyle, this one way of living, that you focus so hard that you just have so much momentum you can't see the other things. And this is where I'd say that it's not that your reality isn't real. All of these realities are real, but is it a helpful reality that you want to keep serving, that you want to keep focusing on and gaining more momentum around? That's the question. It's not about, oh, but this is real, but you're finding more within that reality and giving it more energy. You're giving it life. You're literally giving it life by giving it energy, and you're creating more of it. And that's really all this is that you're just focused on it, and there's momentum. And so if that's all it really is, then let's look at this from a very logical standpoint. If I just have too much momentum around here, I just need to slow down my momentum. Because if I think about it, if I slow down the momentum, soon enough, there will be a moment where the momentum around this reality gets so little, or even comes to a stop, that it no longer is reflected in your reality. It no longer feels like you. It no longer feels fixed. When you slow that momentum, you might still see it a little bit. You might still have some residual energy around there, but all of a sudden your perspective will zoom out. You will be able to see that, oh, over there's another way of living. Interesting. And what would happen if I just looked at that and just focused there and sent my attention there? And as my attention goes there, my energy goes there. And as my energy goes there, a lifestyle starts to surround around there because momentum starts to build over there. And that momentum then has a tipping point where that then moves from just energy into matter. And that then becomes my life. That's it. That's all it is this momentum. It's where am I focused? Why do I keep having all these thoughts? Oh, because I'm focused in. I've created this reality by focusing it into matter. I've focused it from waveform into particle. And I just need to slow that momentum, let it go back into waveform, let it just become a simple potential again. You know, I have the free will to look over there again, but I don't have to. It's now waveform again. And now I'm back in this space where everything else is an option. And I'm going to send my attention into over this little spot on the waveform and turn that into a particle. Guys, this is the power of being a manifester, of being creators. This is what we're talking about. This is the magic. I've really been leaning into this idea of this is fucking magic. And all we're doing, if you were reading about humans in a storybook and you looked at us from this like alien standpoint, you'd realize, oh, energy is their like magic potion that they have. That's their like magic, right? And some of them are getting really good at noticing what their power is, harnessing it, manipulating it, and expanding it, just getting really good at using their magic power. We've just normalized it now that you've heard the term manifestation and law of attraction so much that it sounds so normal and just like, but it's magic. And some of us are getting really good at using our powers. And it's all this power of consciousness, of recognizing where can I zoom back out and where do I want to zoom in? Where do I want to take my energy away, let that momentum subside, and where do I want to put my energy and let that reality gain momentum? And you might be at a point now where you're like, okay, I get it. I understand that I have a lot of momentum around this reality, which is keeping me from feeling like I can change. Okay, now what? How do I slow down this momentum? And the first thing I want you to do is reframe that, because if you're thinking about it in the sense of, okay, this is my action step, is I need to stop the momentum. I have to jump in front of the car and stop it from rolling down this hill. That's going to kill you, right? That's not fun, because if you're in this energy of I'm stopping the momentum, that's where you're looking at the problem and you're in the problem and you're looking at the problem and you're trying so hard to find a solution, but all your energy is a match to is the problem. And you're just going to find more about it. You're like, oh my God, it's rolling so fast and it's such a big car and it's downhill at this degree, and you're just going to keep finding all the things about the problem. You're going to find more. You're going to keep finding more. You're going to keep finding more. And so that's that paradigm of I need to stop the momentum, right? That's not how we want to do this. What letting momentum subside really looks like is moving your energy. Because we can recognize that we have human brains, and our human brains want to focus on something. It's not that we want to just stop thought, because that's just not human, right? We can actually utilize this function of our brain that we can distract ourselves into a different frequency. We can decide to focus on something else. And what's happening there is you're now sending energy to this new reality. I'm now focusing over there. All my energy is going over there. What's happening behind me, where that problem once lived, is on its own, it's beginning to dissolve. Without your focus, without your energy, it actually has no life. It has no way to stand. It loses its ability to control you, because now you recognize, oh, I'm the one that's in control. I've moved my focus over here, right? And that's just going to begin to dissolve. And this is the beautiful thing about focus, is you don't have to focus yourself from the problem to the solution of the problem. You can simply focus yourself into something else that just feels good or even neutral. You don't have to move yourself from these feelings and thoughts of I'm so broke to try to focus on I'm so rich and everything's okay. And because Feelings don't lie. Energy doesn't lie. You can feel in your body that that doesn't actually feel good. You're not there yet. You're on your way. You're building the momentum to those types of thoughts, and those thoughts will eventually feel real in your body. But you have to look at momentum with as what it is, where it starts just little things. It's just moving into the smallest next step. That's all it is. And this first next step could simply be the most neutral thought. Instead of focusing over here, I can then say, that piece of grass is green. That piece of grass is very green. The light is hitting the grass in different ways. There's contrast on the grass. I see some really light pieces, some really dark pieces. There's a couple leaves on the grass. The grass actually feels kind of nice to sit on. I love remembering that grass is alive. I love remembering that there's energy in this grass as well. And it feels good that it's a sunny day today, actually. It feels really good. I can feel the sun reviving me. And it actually makes me want to see people. I kind of want to call my friend, actually. I really love my friends. I really love the people that I've collected in my life right now. I have some really dope people in my life, and that is bringing me so much joy. And we can keep going. You see how this momentum starts to build around the most simple things. It does not need to be the solution to the problem. You enter solution energy just by moving into something that feels good. And then what happens, the magic that happens from here, as you let this energy build around this neutral space, turns into a little bit of contentment, into joy, all of a sudden, your energy raises and your vibrational frequency becomes a match to a whole nother reality. You're now a match to, if that problem is even a problem anymore, you're now a match to the solution. You're going to all of a sudden start having thoughts that feel really good. And the next thing you know is that this answer comes through out of nowhere. It seems like it literally came out of nowhere, but it's all vibration. It's all vibration, and you just simply became a match to it. And so this is really just the fundamentals of change, of a lifestyle that's more pleasing to you, of better relationships, better friendships, more color in your life, just taking chances, taking leaps. You're not stuck. You're not stuck. You're not stuck. You're not stuck. And so maybe you're getting this and it's starting to seep in. You're getting it. You're going to have a moment. You're going to have more moments because we're on this eternal journey. You're going to have more moments. I'm going to have more moments where this doesn't actually ring true. You're going to have a moment where you're going to say, I'm so stuck. This reality is so fixed. You don't get it. This time is different. This time I'm way too deep to be able to move. There's no way out of here. And so I have to lock in with my physical body, find solutions, take drastic action. That's what I have to do right now. And Morgan, you just don't get it. It's not just vibration. I get it. I fucking get it. I've had these moments so much, especially this week, actually. So much has come up for me, especially like relationship wise. And a lot of things have come up where I've just been like, I have to solve this. I have to fucking solve this. I need to use my thinking power. I need to use my brain for this. And every single time, it's always a vibrational problem. It's always a focusing problem. It's always simply momentum. That's it. That's the core of this world. That's what we're made up of. And if we can just keep coming back to remembering that, we're going to access our power from there. And it is a skill. It is a practice. It is changing everything that you think you know. We grew up not with this information for most of us. And we are actually creating new neural pathways. And that takes a moment. That takes a little bit sometimes. So give yourself grace in these moments that are going to come up where you're going to be like, it's not that. It's not that. Give yourself grace. And remember that it's a practice. And every little moment of consciousness, recognize that, oh, okay, I'm building in there. I'm building in my mind. I'm building these new neural pathways. And maybe I didn't do the best this time. Maybe I didn't, soften up right away. Okay, that's okay. I'm building these new neural pathways and it's starting and I'm getting really good at it and I'm getting better and I'm going to be given more opportunities to relax and get back into my receptive mode. I'm going to be given more opportunities. So it's okay that this one was meh, that this one was a 7 out of 10. That's okay. It's really okay. Everything that is in your life is showing you where your vibration is, where your focus is. It's showing you. Everything you're looking at is simply a reflection. It's all a hologram of the programming that's going on in your mind, of where you focused is simply just being a mirror. It's being mirrored back to you. So we also get to ease up a little bit on the things that come at us in this life because I can recognize, oh shit, that's me. That's me. I don't have to understand exactly how or why that came through, but all I need to do is recognize that, yeah, that was my focus, my vibration. I've accessed this world. And if I don't like it here, I can change. I can fucking change. Because I am vibrational. I'm not fixed. I'm not stuck. I'm not stuck. Ever, 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 ever. And you can never go so far off the path that you can't get right back on. You just can't, because this vibrational world doesn't care about time. That's not even part of it. And if you're saying, oh, but I've spent so much time with this thought, I've spent so much time around this identity and building this type of lifestyle, I'm so far gone, it's going to take forever for me to get back to a good place or to change my life. And baby, I'm telling you, that's just a thought. That's just another one of those thoughts that you've focused on, and it's turned into a belief, because all belief is just thoughts you keep practicing. And you have this thought of, it takes time to make change happen. But this vibrational world does not need time. It does not need time to drastically change your life. It's all about how much energy can you conjure, how much can you refocus yourself, because it's available right now. It's available for you right now. And the only block is the ones we've put up with the thoughts that we think, with the beliefs that we've ingrained. That's the only thing in our way. And so this life school that we're in is just getting good at recognizing where our blocks are and not getting mad at them, and recognizing, oh, yeah, this is part of the human experience. I'm not going to get rid of all my blocks. I'm always going to find more lessons because there's forever expansion. That's okay. But I really want to have fun while I'm here. I want to have fun while I do it. So I'm going to get as good at this as I can, so that way I can enjoy this life as much as I can. That's the point. That's it. All right, my loves, thank you for listening to me. Thank you for always just allowing me to shapeshift and change. And because this podcast looks different every week, and fuck it, that's me every week. I change every damn week because we're flowing. We're not meant to stay in one spot. And if you do love listening to me ramble and the things that I say, and you want more people to hear these messages, it would mean the world to me if you would leave a rating or review, because that helps the podcast grow like we are growing. It's going to help the podcast expand. And yeah, I fucking love you. I hope you go do something different. Change your mind about something. Go change your mind about something this week. Like, I love you so much. Bye.